Hey guys, so I wanted to show you guys how I curl my new extensions. So I already started, I did this section already, so I just want to show you how I do the rest of it. I curled it already, so I'm just kind of letting it sit right now before I start brushing through the curls. So basically I'm taking a section of my hair. I take it into about 3 sections. And so this is about how much I'm going to be curling. You can kind of see like how much is left out there. And then I just get that out of the way. The looser you want it, the bigger sections you should take. So for me, I want them kind of loose, so I'm not going to take super small sections, but I'm also not going to take them super big because the extensions are new, so I don't want them to fall throughout the day. So basically, I'm using this curling iron. It's about 1 1/4 inch. It's the Bionionic. I like it because it's extra long, so it's really going to help elongate the curl. So I start by kind of smoothing out my root because my hair is frizzy and it has a little bit of a curl at the root, so I like to get that smooth first before I start putting the curls in. And basically, I'm just taking all of this section here and I'm leaving out about this much from the end, and I'm about 2 inches away from the root. And I'm not letting it sit on too long because I don't want it to get too tight. I want them pretty effortless and loose. So here's my next section here. I'm taking a pretty big section. I don't take the same size all the way around. I like it kind of different just so that it's not all perfect. If it's ever too tight for me to curl, I kind of just open up the barrel here on the end. So again, I'm just leaving out this bottom part, and I'm about 2 inches from the root. And I'm letting it sit on until it's a little bit too hot to touch. I don't want it to sit on too long because I don't want them too tight, so I'm just kind of just a little bit effortless. If you want them to sit on longer or your hair has a hard time holding a curl, I would let it sit on a little bit longer than what I'm doing, probably till your hand is sitting on it and it's too hot for you to touch. So I finished this side and I'm still just gonna let this part sit. So I'll move on to the next side. I feel like with the curling iron, it's really easy. I don't really find that one side is harder than the other. I hear that a lot from clients, that one side is usually more difficult, and I definitely find that with like flat iron curls or a wand or something like that, but I don't know, for me with the curling iron, it's just pretty much the same all over. So you can see, also you can see my tape-in extensions right here. This is what they look like. They're really comfortable and easy. I never really feel them in my hair at all. Around the face, I always go away. So you saw that first one that I just took. So I'm taking, the clamp is facing this way, and I'm just going away from my face. I don't really mess with it too much when I'm alternating curls on my own hair, just because it's difficult to do that, and honestly it always looks pretty much the same no matter which way I'm facing the curling iron. When you get your hair done in the salon, I usually alternate the curls, starting like behind the ear, but that's just because it's easy to do on my clients, and honestly, like I said, on my own hair, I don't really notice too much of a difference when I alternate the curls, so I like everything to kind of just go back and away from my face. If you wanted to, you could alternate one. I always do that starting behind the ear if you do want to alternate a curl, just because you don't want it too close to your face and it's coming forward around your face, because that wouldn't look right. Alright, so all of this is done now. I'm on my last section, so at this point, this is when I start to break up the curls. So I kind of just break them up a little bit here. So yeah, everything is pretty much how I want it to look already. So I'll move on to my last section. I like to break up the curls before that last section because then I can see how I want this to lay, and this is already done. So I always start around, this is my natural hair right here too, so I'm gonna take this section here and I'm just kind of smoothing out the root. This is my natural hair that I'm working with now, so I'm not gonna let this sit on very long, especially around my face, because I don't like when the curls are super tight around my face. Yeah, and basically I'm still just doing the same thing. I don't let as much sit out on the ends on this top part here, just because you can see how much shorter my these are my like layers at the top, so it's shorter than the rest of my hair. So I like to kind of get that whole thing in a curl instead of letting it sit out from the end. And I'm taking pretty big sections because I don't want this to be too tight. Since this is quite a bit shorter than all of this length, I don't want the curls to be too tight and noticeable. So I like it to just kind of blend with the rest of my extensions. So I'm taking this back section here and definitely always taking that away from my face. And you can see I got pretty much all of my hair in there. And then the same thing on this side. I like to smooth it out with my curling iron like this. It's kind of like a flat iron for your hair. Sometimes I will go back with my flat iron, like you can kind of see this here. I don't know, I'm just kind of OCD about it, but I like it to be a little bit more smooth here because my hair is frizzy. So yeah, that's basically it. I'm pretty much done. Yeah, I'm just letting it sit here and then I will break up the curls again. But I don't really need to. I feel like I like how it looks, and I'll probably just let it sit like this because it will fall throughout the day. So yeah, then I'll go in and kind of just like flat iron right here at my root just to help smooth that out. But other than that, you don't really need to use too much more heat on it. So yeah, I'll let it sit like this, and then I will kind of break it up a little bit, and sometimes I'll use a texturizing spray, just kind of from underneath like this, but I don't want to because I just got these extensions and I haven't washed them yet or anything, and I try not to use a lot of product on my extensions just to keep them healthy. Okay, so I just wanted to show you guys what my hair looks like now. I haven't done anything else to it. I kind of just let it sit, and yeah, it's just really loose and effortless, and I'm sure it will fall a lot throughout the day just because extensions are usually really soft at first, so they kind of don't hold a curl as well. But yeah, basically the best thing to do with curls is to let it sit on long enough, but not too long that it gets too tight, leaving out the ends and keeping like pretty much all of this top part here out of the curling iron, and that's how you get it to just look really effortless and loose waves.